The fat cats of the deep state, they pay the monkeys of the Senate to shake their bright red tushes up high in the trees. And when the chickens stare up, counting votes, who's the reddest of them all? The naughty little fat cat kittens creep up and steal their eggs. Our democracy is a sad farce, and I'm gonna fuss about it. When blood must ink the ballot for the vote to count, it's broken. We've gotta fix it. The longer we wait, the more we're sinking. But the boat's only leaking on the other side, so why should I be concerned? Well, what happens when we capsize? Will it matter then who hits the water first? This ain't about the duality of our political persuasions. This is about the reality of the citizens' conditions. A man walks home to a hungry family because redundancy is the new currency, and then his son dies from a treatable malady because now he can't afford a basic surgery. He's told what? Wait 5 years and vote in your homeboy. Education is the key, but when the teachers leave like fleas, how are the students expected to believe? My desperate sisters are on the streets of Koinange, chasing tricks, selling 1-minute pleasures for meals under dead lampposts. Too many dead souls on our roads. A father and a son, breadwinners, now on wheelchairs. A mother and her unborn, much too soon gone because the nurses stayed home. This is my country. Are we free because we've got a flag and a Pokomo lullaby we call an identity? Or is a little pride in the slave having him forget he's still in chains? Let's be honest here. We've got a system we've had since '63, and every 5 years, the very same faces promise the very same changes in new colors and slogans. We've limited ourselves to these choices, and the media has been paid to keep unheard the alternative voices. So we go around and round and round, around the dazzling bright lights of the fat cats politics, doing the very same things, and praying to good old blonde, blue-eyed Jesus for a difference. It's insane. It's like we're hooked on a drug. We need some rehab. Examine this. So where do the solutions go when the politician is elected? Because before he is the champion, the panacea to all poverty, joblessness, corruption, soon as he's elected, someone must pay someone something for anything in everything. Fat fingers in the cookie jar, taking out $1 million, $2 million, abili. Waziri anaiba bana, anapora mali ya umma na anashikwa, isitoshe ndani ya karakana na bado anakana. Mwananchi anaandamana, waziri anakuwa gavana. Tumechoka bana. Pio Pinto was shot and we moved on. Mboya Kariuki was shot and we moved on. That lawyer, Willie Kimani, who sought justice for those brutalized by the state's uniformed bandits, he was tortured and shot and we moved on. The past is past, I understand that, it's history. But why we gotta be futuristic with this mediocrity, sending little kids to the mortuary? Mama says, don't talk too loud, son. Please, they're gonna send the police. I say, no, mama, I won't live silent on my knees. Denial is our disease. The truth is that the majority in this country are the minority priority, and the minority has convinced the majority that equity is an impossibility. And since the country is viewed from a slice the cake mentality and not the bake the cake necessity, limiting the number of people at the table becomes imperative to get in a bigger piece. That's the reasoning. But the tribe lords at the table pushing this narrative, they ain't theirs out. Representatives, they're using us to justify their thievery. That's why it's so sad to see my people falling for these schemes every time, elevating our communities, our so-called disparities, when these are just diversities, the tributaries to the great river of our common purposes. Race, ethnicity, Islam, Christianity, these schisms blind us from our true essence, that nationhood, the stuff that's more than just lines on a map. It ain't about natural resources, it's about human relations. It grows from our connectedness, from experiencing each other, having a brother from another mother, a neighbor, a turned lover, nina kidogo tu brother, njo harambe tujaze kibaba. Cause the black in the flag, it means absence of all prejudice, and the white means all shades coming together for peace and love. So why we gotta bleed red again for the green of our land? I thought we were done with that. Wakati tulifukuza the white man, hata kama Mau Mau walichezwa their land rights. This isn't democracy, this is tribal profiling. And if you think the tribes are 42, 44, I got news for you. They're just stew. There's just a fat cats and then there's the chickens. The monkeys are the red-dressed woman in the matrix. Distractions. Hii story imesema sana bana. Tunajirudia sana bana. You can't walk alone and be an achiever. You have to stand on another man's shoulders to see clearer. Vision ya twiga. Let's take a pause. We'll come back to that. Tukimaliza ugonjwa, umaskini na ujinga, come back basi tujadili ni kabila gani superior. Because the fat cats of the deep state They pay the monkeys of the Senate to shake their bright red tushes up high in the trees. And when the chickens stare up, counting votes, who's the reddest of them all? The naughty little fat cat kittens creep up and steal their eggs.